Hello, everyone. Welcome to the webinar. It's Moving Banks in AX 2012 and D365 FNO. Uh, Always moving when a company decides or an organization decides to move bank from um, one particular bank to another bank. There are a lot of intricacies and complex processes involved in that. So today we are going to talk about those intricate processes, or what are those complex processes, and we will try to make the transition smooth and easy. So my name is Shankar Iyer. I have been an AX developer and administrator um, for IMT Corporation for the past 3 years. Overall, I have an AX and D365 FNO experience for almost um, 7 years now. I have been I have worked in almost all versions of AX till date, right from AX 3.0, 4.0, 2009, 2012, AX 7, then the name change, D365 FNO. I will just give a brief overview of our company. So we were established in 1940. We are privately owned. We have 9 manufacturing facilities overall in North America and Asia. We have like over 100 years of experience. We have like 1.4 million square feet of manufacturing space, and we have lots of more than 1,000 highly skilled and dedicated employees. We have 7 distribution centers throughout North America and Asia, and we have all the required certifications for running a manufacturing facility. Um, so as I said, we have 7 distribution centers. So we have Ingersoll Machining, IMT Defense, and HNS Heat Treating, which is part of IMT Precision. Then for IMT Momentum, we are known as stand-ins, which are in Canada and US and China. And IMT Forge, we are in US in the name of Clifford Jacobs Forging, PC Forge and Welland Forge in Canada. We provide integrated services and mission critical equipments for a wide range of industries worldwide, right from transportation to aerospace to defense to agriculture to nuclear, rail, and off-road. So today's agenda, we will be covering about bank accounts and check management. Then we will also cover electronic fund transfer, and then we will also cover positive pay. So bank account and cash management. So bank account uh, and check management. So to maintain the legal entity, we have to first of all create the bank account information, set up method of payments for checks, set up the check layout, make a payment by check, and set up a bank account for vendors. Create bank account information. So for creating a bank account information, we need a bank group and a bank account. So for selecting a bank group, we go to cash and bank management module, set up bank groups, and you can set up whatever relevant bank groups you need. Um, so the two available already set up in the demo environment are Bank Euro and Bank USA. If you can see, uh, there is a huge range of similarity. Only there is a design difference between D365 environment, and the previous slide showed the AX 2012 environment. Now setting up a bank account. So there are various ways where you can set up a bank account. You can either go to cash and bank management module and commons and bank account, set up your bank account there, or you can go to accounts receivable common, all customers set a bank account there. Similarly, accounts payable common, all vendors and set up a bank account there. Um, you can punch in the routing number field, and routing number are and a unique bank account where bank account would be up till 12 digits. Similarly, if you see, there is a little bit of design change with respect to AX 2012 and D365 FNO. The process is still the same. Here you go to cash and bank management module, bank accounts, and steps are pretty much the same in both the environments, D365 or AX 2012. Now, the next most important method is to set up the method of payments. So there are two ways to do it. You can set up the method of payments in accounts payable module or in accounts receivable module. The navigation path is accounts payable, setup, payment, method of payment. Then you select check. You have to mention the period, what period you are going to select. There are different types of periods you can select. It's invoice, that is one payment transfer created for each invoice. Either you can select date, where all invoices for a vendor or customer. A week, total. So it depends on your preference, how your company needs it to be provided. The next one, is the description field. In the grace period, you can provide if any amount of grace period you want to provide. I have kept it as 0. In the payment status field, generally we keep it to none, and that will change accordingly once the payment has been done. So if the payment has been done, then it would be automatically changing to sent. And then if you want to reject that check, then you can reset the payment status to rejected and then to none, so that you can rerun that check. Then for file format, you can for this method of payment, that is check, we will select the check option. Very similar, only the design change. Other than that, steps are pretty much the same as I explained in the previous slide. You can see the steps are pretty much the same. So here we have selected check as a file format. The payment account is USMF OPER operating basically, and we are doing a check payment. Now for check layout. So this is the check layout in 2012. So for checking out the check layout, you have to go to cash and bank management, common bank account, select a bank account, then setup. On the setup tab, you can go to check. In the check layout form, as you can see the form on the right hand side, the first diagram, the first screenshot is the US check format, is the check format. The paper length is 11 inch. The check start position would be 0. Number of slip copies, I'm telling it as 2. Now you can see the test check, how it is getting printed. It is printing the company name and the amount, and it's a void check. So now let's check out how it looks in D365 FNO. I think it is more or less the same thing. So I have selected the USMF OPER, that is the operating account USD bank account. And if you go to on the top, if you go to the setup, and you can check layout check. This is how the check layout will look. Paper length is 11, starting position is 0, and it's a free for, and you can see how the check has been generated here. So here you can see the bank account details, the company details, and this is a void check again. Now SSRS reports has not changed a lot in both the versions. It's still the same. So this is the version in 2012. So you can see the SSRS report design. And these are the classes, the contract class and the controller class and the DP class, obviously, which we will be using in order to, always every organization would have some or the other requirements based on the bank and their bank details. We might have to change the layout here and there. So we can always customize these three classes, the contract, controller, and the DP class, to make the check of the organization match the banking standards. Now, this is in the check layout in the D365 FNO version. So if you can see, again, the classes still remain the same. The DP is there, the contract is there, the controller is there, and the design, it's pretty much like 100% same as AX 2012 version. Now, making a payment by check. So in order to make the payment by check, you either go to accounts payable journal, payment journal, or obviously accounts receivable journal, and then payment journal. So you create a line. So here I have created a line for a check for account 1001 for $10, and I have selected so payment status is set to none. Then I will go to functions, generate payment, and then I will select the method of payment as check. The banking account is the USMF operating account, USD, and then this is how the check has been printed on the check number 390. And the check number shows the banking information to whom it was supplied. So the 1001 account number belongs to vendor account number belongs to Acme Office Supplies. So, and here it shows the check number and $10. So all the details are furnished. Now let's see how things have changed in D365. I think it is pretty much the same methodology. The only design change is there. On the D365 version, it shows the currency and the reporting currency, which was not shown in our in 2012 environment. Other than that, both are the same demo environment. Both belongs to the same account holder 1001, that is Acme Office Supplies. Method of payment is check. Bank account still is USMF operating, and this was generated today. Check number is 793, and yeah, operating account information is there. The Contoso information is there, the vendor information is there, $10, and the check number is 793. Moving on, the next one is the electronic fund transfer, that is EFTs. What are So basically EFTs are nothing but wire, like electronically, which is pretty much used by many of the organizations these days. And in a situation like pandemic situation where you know uh, people encourage and the governments encourage to use EFTs, so let's take a look at the setup and configuration of EFT. So first of all, obviously, there are few requirements in your bank account that you have to configure. So first, the two most important thing for setting up an EFT is setting up the company statement name and the company ID. So for here I have chosen the payroll account. So USMF PayF. The company statement is USA Payroll Bank, and the company ID is 1234567 8. So that is two important thing. Let's take a look at. I took a different account in D365 version. So here the company statement name is USMF Operations, and the company ID is USMF OPR, like OPR. Then let's create a method of payment. So for check, the method of payment was check. Now for EFT, the method of payment would be electronic. So in the electronic, the period is still invoice, description is electronic payment. Export format has been set up to NACHA US, and the payment specification, so I provided NACHA. So in the file format, you have to go to setup and then provide a payment specification method. So let's see how things have changed in D365 FNO. I don't think lot of changes are there. As you can see, electronic, it's still electronic. Period is invoice, bank, USMF. Then if you see the second tab, the file format is set to NACHA US, and the payment control, bank transaction type and offset account needs to be mandatory. Now create vendor bank account and set up vendor bank account. So this is a very important step. So generally the bank account is not set up for the vendors. So if this is not set up, then when you run the EFT, you will get an error saying that you have to set up the vendor bank account. Uh, so let's see the steps for setting up the vendor bank account. So for setting up the vendor bank account, if you can see, there is in the setup section on the top, you have to set up the bank account. So here I am setting up a bank account for 1003 company, 1003 account number. So bank account is 123456789. I gave the routing number and I also gave the account number. So those two things are very important there. And if you can see on the bottom of the slide, I have on the right hand side, I have mentioned how it works in D365. Again, you have to go to setup bank accounts and then set up a new bank account for, so vendor bank accounts, a new bank account for 123456789, land packaging supplies, and the routing number and the bank account is copied again, and then you have to select that particular bank account for that particular vendor account number. Now generate electronic payment line for AX2012. So again, you create a journal, payment journal. In the lines, you select the company and you provide the account number, and you provide whatever debit amount you have to provide. The only difference from the previous setup, that is, previously we were doing checks, now we are doing EFT, that is method of payment would be electronic. And if you want to specify the payment specification, you can specify that. Other than that, again, still you will be going from functions on the top to generate payment. Here, instead of the method of payment check, that is the payment method checkbox, we will click the option of NACHA US and the payroll account, and select OK. Then you will get a control list. It will say number of transactions and whatever USD amount you had selected, because I had selected $100 Canadian and it gave me 97.85 USD. And you, on the left hand side, you can see how the EFT file has been generated. Now we will see how to create or how to generate electronic payment in D365 FNO. So similarly, we go to a payment journal, vendor journals, payment journal. We create a line. Here we selected 1002 as an account number, land packaging supplies, and we give $10 of debit. Method of payment would be electronic, as we are doing an electronic payment here. The export format is NACHA US, and today's date, whatever file, how you want the export file, because that file you will be uploading it to the bank, so it has to match the banking standards. So here also it created a control list. Vendor account number is 1002, $10. It was generated today. And if you can see the very bottom, this is the file, how it has been created. This you have to upload on the banking portal. Now, what are the classes being used for EFT? The classes used, again, very similar to both D365 FNO and AX2012. The classes used here are vend out payment and vend out payment record. And here you can see there are different types of fields which the bank needs to know inside the file which you upload. So here there is record type code, transaction code, check digit, amount, identification number. So you have to script this file. So every bank and every bank will give every organization a different file format, how they want the file format as. So you have to take these two base classes and extend it accordingly, and meet the standards whatever is requested by the bank. So there would be a lot of customizations required in extending those classes. So a developer would certainly understand that, and he will furnish the file as per the bank requirement. The last but not the least topic is positive pay. What is positive pay? So in an era of mobile banking, and in the era of mobile banking and digitalization, positive pay plays a very important role. It is basically called as check fraudulent like CFP, check fraudulent pay. Basically, the issuing company will send this positive pay file to the bank, and bank obviously will receive the check also whenever the customer deposits the check. So now the bank will try to compare your positive pay file information with the check information and see whether there is a match, 100% match. If the match is not there, means there is some discrepancies between the customer who is submitting the bank the check. So in the world of mobile, uh, in the world of in this digital world, there is lot of possibility of fraud happening. So positive pay is a good method to, whenever that check is presented by the bank, whenever that check is presented by the user to the bank for payment, the bank teller will compare both the information, whether it is digitally, or the bank will compare it with the file which you have uploaded, and if there is a discrepancies, the bank will hold the check and notify the company. Now there are there is a difference between the two versions in how the positive pay file is created. So I will first go through the method in DAX 2012, that is AX 2012, and then I will also go through how positive pay can be set up and configured in D365 FNO. So in AX 2012, we set up these two folders anywhere outside, called as output and XLLT. Then you have to come to the AOS service account and create this file. So basically, you go to system administration, setup services, and application integration framework, positive pay service, outbound ports for positive pay, and then you create this outbound port and you put that XSLT file path and the output folder which you created, outbound folder which you created. Now make sure that AX user, whoever generates payments, have right access to this folder. Now you click on create ports, and a message will be there that the port has been successfully deployed. Once that is done, you will go to outbound ports and fill in all these details. So basically, once this is done, we will go to outbound port, we will create a new one, and we will furnish all these details, like what is the URL, file system adapter will be our adapter, and these details. Now we have to also set up a number sequence for positive pay file. So every positive pay file must have a unique number. So to setting up the number sequence, we follow these following steps. So we go to cash and bank management module, setup, cash and bank management parameters, kick the number sequence. For the positive pay number reference, we will select a number sequence. So here I have selected bank _ 143. Now we have to set up a batch job also to generate the positive pay file. So for setting up the batch job, we will go to system administration, inquiries, batch jobs, and then we will set up a positive pay file. We will enter the description, and then we will go to view task, and in the view task we will enter these class names. AIF gateway send service, AIF outbound processing services. Now we have to assign a positive pay format to the bank account. So when we come to the bank account, we can go to the bank account, cash and bank management module, common bank account. Click edit, go to general fast tab, and in the positive pay format section, we select the relevant positive pay format which we have created. We had named it as USMF OPER. So I will select that and the whatever start date you want. Then to run the positive pay file, we go to check. We first create the check payment. If you have already created the check payment, you need not worry. You just run the positive pay file from the cash and bank management module. Once the file is generated, go to the output folder and you can see the file. So this is how the check was created. We created a check for 1001 account number. The name was Acme Office Supplies. It was for $10 and it was a Bank of America check for that account number. So all these details are there. You can see there is a vendor ID, there is a vendor name, there is a check date, check number, check amount, ID, class ID, and the posted date. So that's how the bank will compare. So this file, you will upload it to the bank, and then bank has a bank will reconcile it whenever someone tries to deposit that same check. Now in FNO, things are little bit different. The steps have reduced a lot. You still have to create a positive pay format. So for creating a positive pay format, you can go to cash and bank management setup, positive pay format. So I have created here testing. So in my testing, and then you have to create, so I gave XML element. Here there is no hassle of creating the outbound ports, batch jobs, anything like that. It's a very straightforward process. Go to create a positive pay format and attach it to the relevant bank account. And then you can go to cash and bank management. Cash and bank management, inquiries and report, positive pay format. You can generate the positive pay file, select the relevant format which you created, that is testing. In all the companies, whatever check you had run, you can select a cutoff date and you will get all the details. And to see the records, you can go to cash and bank management, inquiries and report, positive pay, and positive pay file summary. In the summary, you can see the account number, all the XML format, the account number, the amount, the USMF account, the bank account number, check number, and whatever payment you have done. So I rejected one payment and then I accepted one payment. So it also shows you that those details. And this file, you need to upload it to the bank. Thank you for attending. Any questions are always welcome.
Oh, thank you so much, Shankar. Great presentation. Somebody has a few questions, so it's Nazim. If you could enter them now, that would be great. Or if you want to connect offline with Shankar, that's fine as well. Let's just give him a minute.
Yep.
To see. He asks, can you please show us how to add electronic signatures?
Sure. I might have to. So Any environment is fine, or it has to be D365 or?
AX 2012 is what he says.
Okay, great. So this is our AX 2012 environment. So we go to cash and bank management, bank accounts. So if you go to setup, check your signatures. That's how you do it.
All right, great, thank you.
No
And
problem.
then someone else said, great content. This will be very, very helpful for us, Shankar. And then the other question was to provide your contact information, which you're doing right now. Yeah,
Yes.
so that is wonderful. All right, there aren't any other questions. So with that, I want to thank you very much for presenting today and remind
problem.
everyone that because you're registered, you'll get an email to both that contains a link to both the PowerPoint and the webinar recording. So I wish you all a great weekend. Hope you all stay safe and healthy with your families. Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye. Thank you.